Right guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm just going to be doing a quick sort of look at and fitment of these TuboLito inner tubes. These are road version tubes, so we're going to go ahead these 700C road, as I said, 18 to 28mm tyre width tubes. These just happen to be 42mm valve stems on them, but you can get 60mm valve stems, and obviously you can just put your extenders in if you've got deep section wheels or anything. But the weight on these is 38 grams apparently, so obviously I'll throw them on the scales and we'll have a look, and I'll get them inflated and see what they're actually like. They just don't feel anything like a normal inner tube as such. They're more like plastic, like a thermo sort of plastic or something. So anyway, I'll get one on the scales and we'll blow it up and we'll have a look and see what they look like. Right, so here how they come in the packaging, like so. So minimal packaging used on them. And this is how they look when they're out of the packaging. There. It's all got like a rubber O-ring there. If you can see that, just there. Valve stem, but like I say, they're like more like plastic. They're just more like plastic than sort of your normal inner tube looks like. Your normal butyl inner tube or your latex tubes or anything. These are nothing like that. But obviously, you need, if you're going to run those, you obviously need to patch them. You need the kit to patch them with. Obviously you can't use normal patches on them, so you have to buy the kit to fix them with, which is like so. So obviously, regards to weight, that's 40 grams. Like I said earlier, it's an 18 to 28mm tube. So if I go ahead now, I'll get a latex tube, a Vittoria latex tube with the same width, and I'll put that on the scale as a comparison. Right, so here we have a Vittoria latex inner tube, road inner tube. This one goes up to 28mm, so equivalent size of the TuboLito one. To put this on, 85 grams, and like I said before, those are roughly 40, so fair saving in weight alone just on one tube. So you pair a pair of them, obviously you save yourself a few grams there just on the tubes. These are supposed to be more robust than a standard inner tube, than a butyl inner tube. Apparently, obviously I'm yet to test that out, but that's why I've got them, so I can try them and then I can do a review later down the line and see if these are actually what they're supposed to be or it's just a gimmick. So I'll go ahead and get them fitted and we'll blow them up and we'll have a look, see what they're like then. Right, so here we have the tube out of its packet and unrolled, as you can see. Like I say, it's just like a plastic basically against a normal butyl tube. Very funny material if you're used to normal tubes or latex tubes, butyl tubes. These just seems funny. We'll go ahead and put a bit of air in it and see what it looks like. Right guys, so I've got the tube here, the wheel it's going to go into. Now this has currently got a butyl tube in it, just a Schwalbe butyl tube. I'm running at the moment in them, but I say I've run latex tubes, butyl tubes, all the inner tubes, doesn't matter what make it is, Schwalbe, Continental, Vittoria. I've run all them different, all the types of tubes. So like I say, I'm just trying these out just giving them a try to see what they're like really. So we'll go ahead and get this fitted in there. Obviously, like I say, it just comes in a packet like so. Just take the band off the packet, it's not a box or anything. Take the elastic band off it, and then basically just like a piece of card. You've got your tube like so, it's got like a clear film on it. You just pull off like so, just leaves you with that, and then you're good to unroll the tube, like so. Now you can go and take your valve cap off, and what you're just check that the valve core is tight, because so far these two, the valve core isn't done up. They're just literally just in there finger tight. So make sure you do up your nip your valve core itself up. Just make sure that it's not going to leak air. So just do that up a few turns like so. Make sure it's in there. Then after you've done that, you can go ahead and put some few pumps of air in it, just to get a bit of shape to it, because like I said, it's just sort of a plastic, so it's not like nothing like your normal inner tube, as you see. Put some pumps in it, just try and put a bit of air into it, like so. You say it just folds over like so. So put a couple of pumps in it, so it's got some shape, as much shape as you can get to anyway. That is. And we just nip that back up, lay them down there. Go ahead and just swap it over from, like I said, from the strawberry tube. It's currently in this. So we'll let this one down and get it swapped over. Now with these tubes, like I said, I've put them on the scale and they're like 40 grams, they actually say they're 38 grams, so it could just be an error with the scale that they come out as 40, or they're supposed to be advertised 38 grams, so whichever way you look at it, they're close to 38. 2 grams ain't going to make any difference whatsoever. I'm not worried about the weight at all with these. The weight's not of interest to me, just because they weigh 38 grams or 40 grams. I'm not bothered about that. I just want to see, it's just a test really, just to see what they ride like. If I was worried about it, the weight so much, I wouldn't be putting them on these particular wheels. Like I said, I'm just putting on these DT Swiss wheels, but if I was worried about the weight, then I wouldn't be fitting them to these wheels with these particular tyres on them, because these tyres are the Vittoria open pave CG tyres. So these are, you can buy lighter tyres than these, but so the weight's not really what I'm fitting them. They're just fitted purely out of interest, to see what they're actually like and how long they last, really, that sort of thing. So we go ahead and just put the valve through like so. So there's no retaining nut like you get with like the strawberry tubes. You get a little retainer what you can screw on to lock it in place. So you don't get that. It's like the Vittoria latex tubes. There's nothing to lock it in place as such. So go ahead and get this in. You can see it's just not like it's no resemblance to a butyl tube or anything, or a latex tube. So the fitment is basically the same, depending on what tyres you got, to how hard it is to fit or anything like that, you know. So we just get it started in there. I've got a few pumps of air in it just to get a bit of shape to it, so it should just pop in there easy. And obviously we work away from the start of the valve area, and we just work away from that, both sides, and we just tuck the tube in, make sure it's out of disappeared into the rim. Just pop it on. Should just be able to put it on with no levers or anything. There you go, that's on. So just check we haven't pinched it, so otherwise you'll blow it up and it will go bang straight away. Same with any tube. So that's it installed anyway. They're quite funny, I notice, when you initially start blowing them up. You put a bit of air into it. I put a few, get some air in it, like so. They just feel funny to start with as you're blowing them up, or they get expanded enough to actually push. You don't think it's going to start with, you don't think it's going to seat the tyre, just because the material it's made of. But once you get a few pumps into it, like so, get it blown up. That's that 70 psi in it, so you can blow up more than that, just make sure it's popped on. Get a few more in there, so there you go, 80 psi in it. And it's just a case, do that, put your valve cap back on, and there she is installed. All you've got now to know you got it in there is obviously an orange valve stem sticking down, so like so. But obviously the bike I'm fitting it on, it's got some orange highlights on the frame, so it matches quite nicely. But if you haven't got any orange colour on your bike, then you'll notice the orange valve stem sticking down. Like I say, they come in 42mm like these are, or you can get them 60mm as well. But obviously you can just take out the valve core and put in your valve extender anyway, so it makes no difference. But if you're running deep dish wheels, which I'm not, but yeah, there is installed no harder than any inner tube to install on a clincher wheel. So I'll go ahead and fit it back on the bike. Right, so this is what you get inside the fix kit for your repair of the tubes. You just get some alcohol wipes, like so. And there's your patches, like so. Just stick on patches. Obviously, because of the type of material they're made of, the tubes, you don't need to roughen the surface with sandpaper or anything like that. You just wipe it clean with the alcohol wipe, let it evaporate, and then you can stick your patch on and hold it on there for 5 minutes till it sets, and then you're ready to blow your tube up. Now, with regards to tubes, when they're outside of the wheel, you're not supposed to blow them up, like inflate them like you can just inflate it so it's big like you can with any other tube. You just blow it up. You're not supposed to blow them up more than 8 psi when they're outside of the when they're not actually inside the tyre. So, but otherwise you probably damage them, but that's what you get inside the repair kit anyway. So obviously you can't repair it with normal patches, you require these to repair them with. So if you've got them fitted, you have to buy the kit to fix them with, just in case. Right guys, this is a bit of a follow-up regarding the inner tubes. Now I've had a chance to use them on the road, I can do a bit of a review on it for you, just my opinion anyway. Regards to ride quality, you don't notice no difference between a latex tube or a butyl tube. The good quality ones, there's no difference. You couldn't tell if you was blindfolded. You couldn't tell if you had which inner tubes you had in the bike. So regards to that, there's no difference in rolling. You can't tell the difference with the tubes fitted. They might lose a slight bit of air overnight or after a couple of days, but compared to some of the tubes like the latex tubes, then they don't lose as much air, nowhere near as latex tubes do. If you leave latex tubes, they'll be completely flat after a while. So regards to that, they don't lose air like latex tubes, or they're probably just about the equivalent of a light butyl tube really. So they lose a little bit, but not a lot. Regards to punctures, I haven't had one, so I would say they're probably no different to any other tube really. It's just punctures are more luck than anything. You could have a run where you go out a few times and you'll get nothing but punctures, and other times you could ride for a year and you won't even get one. So it just depends on that. Are they worth the money? Well, probably not. Like a lot of these things, it's all a gimmick, it's all hype. If you think you got to buy the tubes, then you got to have the particular puncture patches to go with them. Then if you consider how many normal tubes you could buy for that, and do you notice a difference in rolling resistance? No, you don't. The average speed over whatever miles, there's no difference in any of the tubes. They're all, you won't notice the difference. So are they worth the money? In my opinion, not really, because you could just buy some decent butyl tubes and they'll do exactly the same job. So regards to that, if you want to spend the money on them, like me, I was just spending it. I was just getting them just to do a review on them because I couldn't find anything, a decent review on them, but they are good tubes. I say, do they make a massive difference? Do you notice a difference? No, not in the real world you don't. On paper you might do, you might say they're this much lighter, they roll this much faster or whatever, but you don't notice the difference. Same with a lot of tyres and things like that, you don't notice. So regards to that, then would I buy them again? Well, probably. If I had money to blow on them, then I'd probably get them again, yeah. But I can't think else to say on them really. They're just like any other inner tube, to be fair. So if you want to go ahead and buy them, go ahead and purchase them, but it's up to you. You can try them out, but they're just as good as any other tube. So yeah, so that's a quick review on them after riding them on the bike for a few miles now, just to see what they're like. But anyway, I hope you found it interesting or helpful if you're thinking of purchasing them. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more cycle related content. Until the next video, ride safe and I'll see you then.